Yeah.
We'll see that. We'll see that. All right. So we are we're doing an archery contest.
Archery contest. Shoutouts to Area.
Shoutouts to Area.
Okay. Supposedly we are now actually live. Hello everyone. Again, if we have to say it again. Mode Ambrosia. Runners, Alaszun, HayfieldBay. We're doing our best to update you as much as we can. So far, the Hype Cave had an Ice Palace Big Chest, Ice Palace Big Key and the hammer, and Dumby just then had a glove.
Yes.
So we only need a Moon Pearl for Light World access. And we were also discussing the fact that this mode is, there's all bets are off, seemingly, because once you get that Light World access, like, literally the entire world is open to you, and it's just like, go to the right place, maybe, or maybe there's multiple right places.
There usually is, and it's what I feel it very often comes down to is how do you route in CAC? Like, do you go to CAC from the north or do you go to CAC from the south?
That's another one, yep.
Very often a breaking point of these seeds. And it's very binary too, like either you do it or you don't. And there's nothing in between.
No ternary, no quaternary.
I believe a tertiary is actually a word for that. Yeah, quadriary, however, I have never heard.
Yeah, I believe quaternary is a word. I've heard it used.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I trust you with that.
Good. You should.
All right.
Always.
Noted. So we have Alaszun. I believe Alaszun is going up the mountain. It looks like it anyway, because there's no reason to check this check right now, because you won't be able to do it for a very long time anyway. Also, it's just a red one.
That's one of those checks you usually get for free in Ambrosia, or inverted, because it's on the way to the mountain. Assuming you don't get there via flute.
Yep.
Also, one of those things where it's one of those could get you moments. You need the mirror to get it in inverted. Otherwise, you would not need a mirror to get it.
Yeah, that is one of the things that you learn pretty quickly when playing inverted. If you want to get that item, you have to go from the light world, and you have to use the mirror. And if you're not aware of it, you will most likely do it wrong. That's semi-vanilla.
Yeah. It's interesting, but it could just completely be unrequired. Just because inverted, those, one of those other things, only a dungeon that requires a medallion always is Mire. Turtle Rock can require it sometimes, but I feel like that's super rare, honestly.
I feel like that usually happens if, like, the Moon Pearl is in the front. If the Moon Pearl is not in the front, there are so many spots for the mirror to be that you can usually get into Turtle Rock without the use of a medallion at all. But yeah, HayfieldBay and Alaszun, they are playing the second match in Group R. The first one was between Alaszun here and Home Record, which Alaszun won. So Alaszun is 1-0, and HayfieldBay hasn't played a game yet, so this is his first one.
I see. So we have to come up with some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Something to identify R with, related to A Link to the Past Rando. Group randomizer? Is that what Group R will stand for?
Okay, so they're just rando? They're the rando group?
Possibly.
I can get behind that.
Group red mail, group red boomerang.
That's a book. That's annoying.
It is a little annoying, but it's one of those things. Actually, we already know it's required. It looks like based on a map check we saw.
Yeah, we want that, but having it early is strange somehow. Right, so it looks like Alaszun hasn't been to the village at all, so we're getting new checks from HayfieldBay. Since Alaszun doesn't have a book, I just assumed that he hasn't been to the village.
Yeah, he has not. I'm fairly certain. He went up the mountain, saved the old man.
Right. He spent some time doing that. That's a good point.
So he'll get the ether from Catfish here in a second. Assuming he doesn't die. He's at half a heart, which I mean, honestly these guys do 2 hearts anyway, so a heart
I was
really
gonna say
makes the difference.
half a heart isn't less than 2 hearts right now. So
yeah.
Because you're in Oko no matter what.
Dead or more or less dead does not make any difference. Yeah, he's playing real safe here. These guys.
Yep. He knows what he's up against. So
I see the Octagon of Doom down there when we can't like lift the Mitz rock or bonk the rock.
It's awful. Alright. Did HayfieldBay find the Moon Pearl?
Looks like he did.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be going here. All right.
So
front of Thieves Town for Moon Pearl.
front.
Yeah. And we have all of the world open to us now.
Hooray!
Hooray! So Relkin, inverted is inverted. We start in the dark world. We end up in the light world. Yada yada. What is the Oja of Inversion?
I'm glad you asked. So, the Oja, there's 2 parts to it. One is that we start with a sword. Actually, really, there's 3 parts to it. So, First part, we start with a sword. Second part is every dungeon, that is all the dungeons that give you a prize upon completing them being the boss, like not Hyrule Castle, Aga Tower, Gavin's Tower. Each of those, the boss will always drop a non-map compass small key or big, map compass or small key. So this mode also has a big key shuffle to it. That is the 3rd part. And then the, actually there's like 4 or 5 now that I think about it. 4. So the 4th part is that the Ganon's Tower big key is always inside of Ganon's Tower. So that preserves the whole. I only need to find stuff for all the crystal dungeons pre-GT. And the 5th part, it's made by Boyne-ish.
It's kind of made by Boyne, yeah.
It's inherently made by Boyne because Dunka basically branched off of it.
Yeah. I believe the lore is that we blame Boyne for it, even though this is actually Dunka's fault. Okay, so the Moon Pearl was in fact in the brewery, but it was close enough to Thieves Town that we thought it wasn't Thieves Town.
Alright, we are going straight to Ice Rod Cave. This is one of those terrible checks and inverted.
Yeah. You do it now, or you never do it. And since it's also Big Key Shuffle, and we need more than just those normal items that we usually need, it makes sense to get these ugly locations out of the way early, I think. What in
the world?
Why is that there?
That is disgusting, because usually you wait for like Mitts and Flute to go get Ice Rock Cave.
That's awful.
Oh.
Okay. So those are Mitts. Those are, under certain circumstances, never needed in an inverted scene. They might be needed They might be needed for like East Dark World access, not East Dark World access, East Death Mountain access.
Yeah.
And they might be needed for other things like Light World access in general.
Yep. So right
But
now,
there is no check in the game that you absolutely need the mitts for. Not even King's Tomb, since you can.
Yep.
Tomb Raider into it.
Yep. That's exactly right. Like. It's so weird to think about that now that the mitts have almost completely been, stripped of their potential for opening checks. No guarantee anymore.
Yeah, and I remember when that was proposed to the council as a potential allowed minor glitch, that there was someone in there who literally said, well, rip the only mid slot location in Inverted.
Yeah.
And we did end up allowing it, so I guess that's correct.
Yep. Meanwhile, I don't know if we saw this on Hayfield's side, but we get to use the Ether Medallion in Mini Moldorm because that's fast.
Oh boy, is it fast. Alright, so these two players, HayfieldBay and Alaszun, they've been in our community for quite a long time.
Yeah,
I remember when I started playing, I think it was like 2019, I think. HayfieldBay was already playing the game. Alaszun, I'm not sure, since we are on the opposite ends of the world. But I think he has been playing this game for a long time as well.
Yeah. I know Alaszun participated in to some extent in the Cross Keys tournament in 2019.
Okay.
So he's been around at least that long. Anything before that, I am struggling to remember. I have to dig through SRL stuff.
Oh boy, that archive. Let's go. But yeah, it's I just find it very entertaining to watch two very seasoned runners. Like, the experience between the two of these is huge.
Fair enough. I think we won't be disappointed. Hopefully. Please don't let us down. I want my money back if you do.
Did you spend money? Well, did you spend money on this? Because I sure didn't.
Well, you can't spend money on this.
That's a very good point.
Actually, it really isn't, because honestly, it's just poking fun at the fact that your country's laws do not allow you to bet money.
No, well, it's not the money part that is the thing about it. It's the betting part, like the imaginary cash we use on Twitch with the channel points. That is not money, but I still can't bet that. So, oh man. All right, so both of these runners are electing to go into CAC from the north, it looks like.
Yeah.
So all I'm expecting here is for us to find boots in CAC and isolate King's Tomb Fred.
Okay, now I don't remember catching this. Did Alaszun pick up the mitts from Ice Cave?
He did not. No, he went straight west from Mini Moldorm Cave and back up to the portal in the water south of Link's house. Well, what usually is Link's house. So he does not have the mitts. That might be an issue.
It very well could be an issue. Seeing the mitts that early makes me feel like they're going to be needed in some fashion.
Yeah. However, if we find a mirror, then Alaszun might still be okay without it. It's gonna slow him down. Yeah. But he might still be okay without it. We'll see.
Got ourselves a bottle there in the Lost Woods hideout. We also got a shovel here in the well, so two sort of fetch quest items. Shovel definitely fetch quest. Bottle It's both safety and fetch quest.
We're gonna get a pet check. We're gonna get a pet check, and we get a hook shot. Okay.
A hook shot pet check.
Well,
I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Hey now. So that hook shot actually might be very good for Alaszun, because that gives him East Death Mountain access without the mitts.
It does. So yeah, that was another one of those things that could, quote unquote, help Alaszun without those mitts for the time being.
And also, he could use that hook shot to Tomb Raider into King's Tomb. So
yeah, the boots need to be available before that becomes relevant. But
that's a good point. I'm just excited about glitches. That's all. I'm the new Kern. I'm gonna want people to do glitches everywhere.
Well, here's another question though: glitches that you helped instate into the community, or just glitches in general?
Whatever Kern does, all right. No, glitches are cool, regardless of who came up with them.
Glitches are cool. I feel like glitched random modes are a little too wildly variant for me to enjoy them.
Yeah, they are like Inversia, but they are like inverted, but they are like this from the beginning. Like half of the things are in Sphere Zero. We get a mushroom here, so now we have not isolated King's Tomb anymore.
That's true. Yeah, we have a reason to venture back to that area of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
But again, no boots, so no real idea why that's relevant right now. But
boots are always relevant. But there's an ice rod here in K45. I have not been paying attention to our map check stuff to see if Turtle is a crystal or not. So you were talking earlier about seasoned runners. There's some seasoned game knowledge right there from Alaszun. You could turn in a good bee for $100 to the Vala vendor. He has a lot of money right now, but it's one of those things that could help. You probably want to get rid of the good bee anyways in case you go buy a potion somewhere. So why not get some money out of that bee?
Yeah. And looking at Alaszun's tracker, he has marked Turtle Rock as a crystal, so we need that ice rod.
Okay. What is this MSU that Hayfield is using? I'm curious.
It's Pilot Wings.
Pilot Wings. Oh, that's very fitting for Hayfield.
It's very fitting for HayfieldBay. He is the world record holder, I think.
I think you're right.
Pilot Wings, any percent.
I think you're right.
Hayfield has, like, more and more the past years been more of a variety speedrunner, which amazes me because he doesn't speedrun this game. If you don't call the randomizer speedruns, which they are technically, but also not. But he speedruns Pilot Wings, he speedruns Super Mario World, and I believe
Mega Man?
Mega Man, yeah, for sure. So he does some stuff, but Pilot Wings is the one that he has the world record in. So this is a very fitting MSU for that, for sure.
I myself have never played Pilot Wings, so none of the music is makes any it doesn't give me some sort of inspiration like, oh, I've heard that somewhere before. No, I've never heard the soundtrack.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good tunes.
They seem really relaxing, honestly.
Yeah. And we get some nice hookshot movement from both of our runners. Gotta take every possible chance to go fast, even with or without the boots.
Yep. Where applicable, we will use that hookshot to propel us closer to our next destination, where there's something to hook to.
So HayfieldBay is doing the front of the castle, and Alaszun is following in Hayfield's footsteps. I wonder if any of these runners are gonna venture into desert.
The one with the most potential to do so is Alaszun. He is right in that general area, but he's going to turn that mushroom in first based on his quick swap to mushroom.
Ah, good point. But now he isolates King's Tomb again. Yeah. What? Come on.
You really just love King's Tomb / Tomb Raider.
Well, I have gotten bitten by King's Tomb in Inverted so many times that I just wanted to go away or to never isolate it again, I guess.
I wish we could just, delete checks from the game. That would, if we just delete every bad check.
Then it wouldn't be fun anymore.
Yeah, it's true. It would not be randomizer.
No. So it looks like HayfieldBay is gonna venture up the mountain. Out of logic, because no lamp. But there are a lot of checks up there.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about logic here. So obviously the way up the mountain involves either the flute or lamp, even in inverted. So we do not have either of those things yet. So anything we find up on the mountain currently is not in logic. The logical access to the mountain is somewhere, either whatever we have not checked in Dark Worlds or Light World. So we'll be looking to see what we find to help us piece together logic.
Yeah, and since there are so many checks up here, the potential to find something useful up here is very good, meaning that HayfieldBay can most likely deduce out of what he finds up here where said flute or lamp could be. They are still nice items. None of them are technically required in inverted ever. Well, they might be. The flute might be required, but the lamp shouldn't be as long as we get a fire rod. But we'll see. We'll see if we get some stuff up here. Statistically, we should.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up here to find, to explore and uncover.
And if we get a mirror up here, that number of checks up here, it goes up by 10.
Mm-hmm. Be curious to see if Hayfield will, after checking this cave, will he stay in Light World and go across from the bottom, or if he will save and quit and then go check like Super Bunny Hookshot Cave before going into the east side of Death Mountain in Light World.
I could see either, actually. Like doing it from the Light World would make sense, because maybe you find a mirror, you can just do the Dark World checks alongside with everything else.
Right.
But doing it from the Dark World also makes sense, because you can do the Dark World first, then just jump down, get the rock below here, and do the Light World checks later.
He could also use the Turtle Rock portal because he has Mitts and Hammer both.
Right. He also has Hammer. That's a good point. So no need to jump down and take the long way.
But he is going to stay in Light World for now and discover Paradox. And now one of the other, sort of dumb, I guess you could say, parts of Inverted is east side of the mountain. Did not get to see what was in those checks. We'll see them later, I guess. But so there are two drop downs on the east side of Light World Death Mountain. One leads to Mimic Cave, one later leads to Spiral Cave. You have to drop down twice to do both of them, which means you have to climb twice to do both of them.
Yes. And likely is that you're going to have your mirror as access for Turtle Rock via Laser Bridge, so you will have to drop down 3 times if you want to do that as well.
Okay, so this makes me think that Hayfield found something in Paradox, those 2 checks we didn't see.
Yeah.
Because he saved and quit immediately and didn't go up to Hera, didn't want to do Spiral or Mimic.
His tracker shows, from what I can tell, actually nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
No, it doesn't look like it. No.
Interesting.
found a
Oh,
master.
okay. Oh, Master Sword?
Yeah.
Okay, so he got a sword out of Paradox then.
It looks like it, yeah.
Okay, so this is actually another option. I think he's just choosing to start with Paradox, and then now he's just gonna do the top of Dark DM and then go back into Light World again.
Yeah.
And stay up here for a bit. Oh,
baby, we get our boots.
Oh man, Hayfield doesn't get to use them for Super Bunny Cave. No.
But Alaszun just leaves a good bee inside a hookshot cave. I'm not sure what that bee is going to do in there, but maybe he'll find a friend.
Possibly. Okay. So Alaszun is done now. What?
Yes, he doesn't have the myths. That's a good point.
I thought you gasped at something. I was a little concerned.
No. Well, I did gasp slightly because do you know what's in Logic now?
Not those boots or that sword because Mountain Access.
Let's rewind that. Do you know what's possible to check now?
What is possible to check now?
King's Tomb. for Hayfield. For Hayfield.
Why did I not see that coming after all we talked about it? Oh, I should know you better than that.
Yeah, exactly. When I obsess over something, just expect me to actually obsess over it. Oh no, Alaszun.
Oh,
no.
that dead rock. Okay, we can go above it. It's fine. Or Alaszun, you can go above it.
Yeah.
You can hop down from above. Okay, so we will, hopefully confirm that we did in fact get a sword here in these two checks. It would make sense.
And Hayfield chooses...
No, there was not a sword in there.
That was not a sword. Hayfield chooses Spiral Cave over Mimic Cave, which makes sense, because he might be able to do Mimic Cave with PR Big Chest later, if he has a mirror.
Yeah, so, I mean, Hayfield does have a Master Sword, but did not get it from Paradox then. Yeah, but yeah, like you're saying, we'll see what he chooses. Oh, that's what the sword was. Okay. We're just dumb.
Yep. We are not paying attention. Okay, so up we go again for the third time for HayfieldBay.
Alaszun did not get the Paradox Bomb Jump. Is going to try it again here.
He likely left either a fairy floating around in the room above him, or he picked up an item in the air.
Yeah, the middle Moldorm in that room is the one you want to be careful about. If you pick up his drop, while the drop has not fully come to rest on the ground and is stationary, that does some weird things because there's some shared memory, and that involves like the blast like trajectory from a bomb hitting you, and the just the height of dropped items from the quote-unquote 0th enemy in a room or super tile. That shares memory, and if you pick up the item while it's still in the air, that's not 0, and that affects your bomb trajectory.
Yeah, and that is also applicable in the room that HayfieldBay is in right now, because the Moldorm up top, the Moldorm on the top left here is the number 0 enemy, and if you pick up his item, or their item, in the air, and try to parapod using a bomb, it's not going to work.
It will not work, correct. It's very frustrating, but we have a way to get around that, thankfully, with the boots and the hook shot, so we are... I'm sorry, the boots. You need hook anyway. What am I saying?
Good point. Also, that Meyer Big Key's not in Logic. Put that back, HayfieldBay. You're not supposed to use it yet.
It is very out of Logic right now. We still need the flute/lamp and then the Hera Big Key for it to be in Logic. We did, however, also see a sword in the basement here. Oh, that's Moldorm's a fun boss.
It's a very liberal use of the word fun.
Not fun in any aspect, I feel like, when it comes to fighting this guy with worse equipment than we currently have.
Yeah. Agreed.
But Hayfield gets his revenge. We have a lot of money.
There really hasn't been that much stuff on the mountain at all, has there?
No, just 2 swords.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't complain if I got 2 swords on the mountain, but still, it's so annoying with the mountain in inverted. Oh no, Alaszun took a double fall. No, he did not. Never mind.
No,
Yeah,
that was post Terrapot movement.
Yeah, I realized just after I said it. But the mountain in inverted is like, it's so many checks. I really want to go ahead and do it, but also the item checks are so annoying. I never want to do it.
No, I think most people would agree with you. Yes, yes.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do with this?
I need to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. So we don't have that much left. We have desert area. None of our runners have checked the Gina nor checkerboard, and we have the book and the boots, so we can get into desert and do stuff in desert. HayfieldBay is on his way to grab the smith, I believe, to potentially do some part of the smith chain. We also have the eastern area unchecked. That is all in logic. We even have the big key to eastern, but no bow. Even though eastern is actually a pendant, so not taking out boss might be fine. Ooh, hammer pegs here from HayfieldBay. This is something that Alaszun, at his current state, cannot do. He needed the mitts or mirror to be able to do this.
Alright, I've returned.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I take it I probably didn't miss anything?
No, you did not. Alaszun just went for Spiral Cave, which he decided would be his last location on that mountain. HayfieldBay has picked up the smith, done hammer pegs, and I assume is gonna deliver the smith now and then go somewhere else in the light world. Oh right, we have pod. Alaszun goes straight for pod. Okay.
Yep, I don't disagree with this play just because it's a pendant. Oh, actually he's not going to pod. Okay, never mind. Maybe I do disagree with this play.
I mean, Eastern is also a pendant, so... And they have the big key for it.
That is true. Actually, yeah, I completely forgot we had the big key to Eastern. And we haven't even seen the Hot Fuzz Closet by the looks of it.
We have not. Getting over here in inverted is very annoying. And can for sure take a while.
That blue cane I saw? Or my eyes deceiving me?
I believe you are correct.
Alright. I can trust my eyes. Maybe.
Or now. I don't know what I mean by that. Sorry.
Yeah, are you the arbiter of what my eyes can and can't see?
Alright, so... Okay, boots check from Hayfield, but this makes sense from Hayfield because he can get them both. Like we said, they are out of logic, but...
Sometimes we don't care.
Yeah. We probably don't care at this point.
Yeah, if they route well with what you're planning on doing, I think I see no reason not to check them.
Yeah. Oh, Fire Rod in Eastern.
Bow and King's Tomb. Your favorite check had something. Look at that.
My favorite check had something. I would have gotten punished so hard in this one.
But it is interesting though because both Pod and Eastern are pendants in this scene.
Yes. So that bow might be a blessing for HayfieldBay, and it might also be a curse because he might end up doing pendant bosses and they not lead to anything while Alaszun just can't do them. We'll see.
There are 2 bows out there. This is progressive bows.
Yes.
At the same time, though, you'd like to have a bow when you climb Ganon's tower.
Yes. For it to be somewhat efficient, anyway.
Okay. I think that was all the items in Eastern that were not on the boss, so Alaszun is just saying goodbye.
It's one of the parts of Oja and in Roja that was just on display right there.
Was it Oja or is it Roja?
Must be Roja, right?
I think, yeah, because like inverted is I and V, and then
Yes,
Roja is
right,
the
yeah,
ambrosia part. This is I'm being really picky here in semantics, but
No, yeah. Semantics are fun and they are picky at the same time. So I don't mind that. So we get the desert play here by Alaszun. None of our players have hit the pod yet.
currently this tablet's still out of logic without a sword that's not on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
However,
oh man, that's a big kid of thieves town. Interesting.
right. Curious. Oh, you know what? Right. So HayfieldBay will most likely kill Armos here.
Yep.
Just because Ambrosia means there's always an item on the boss.
Mm-hmm.
He would not. I feel like he would be remiss to just leave behind a potential item when he just found that bow from King's Tomb, having those terribly located myths.
And I believe that Alaszun pulled the Swamp Big Key out of Kina's cave. Might be required. We don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those. You never know. Big keys.
Yeah. Nice to have, but usually not required.
Did you catch what was on the ledge there in the desert?
It was something red, so I'm gonna go with a statistical, with a probable guess of a big 20.
Okay. I mean, it could be lamp. That might give us our logical, put us back in logic kind of deal, or...
That would actually make sense.
Okay, so it's a matter of, does it make sense for the lamp to be there or not?
Well, it would make sense for the lamp to be somewhere accessible. And this is somewhere accessible, hence, yes. Alright, Hayfield goes for Armos here. Understandable.
Yep. And then, we're already getting to see what you're talking about. Like, is this bow going to be more of a curse than a blessing, or vice versa?
Mm-hmm.
This is a sticking point 1 of that bow meaning something.
And coincidentally, the bow is also have sticking points. Yeah, no, I'm not that proud of that one. I'm sorry.
I'll give you something for that one.
Yeah, okay, cool, thanks. I'm not sure I deserve it, but sure. Okay, there was apparently nothing on the desert ledge, because Alaszun just said nope.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Alright, so where to next for Alaszun? We're going to Skull Woods. That makes sense with that fire rod we just got. It is a pendant, though.
Okay. Nothing on Armos.
Oh no, we might be going to Thieves Town first, because we got crystal.
Yeah, we got the big key for sure. Like you said, this is out of logic. We either need another sword or flute or lamp for the Thieves Town big key to be in logic.
Mm-hmm.
Because both of our swords are locked on Death Mountain, logically.
Yep. One in Paradox and one in Tower Para.
Okay, so hear me out. What would you say to an ice palace dip right now? Like full clear of ice palace. Wait, we don't have Samaria. That's a bad idea. Ignore me. Ignore me.
Yeah, I would say 1, it's out of logic. 2, no cane. No thanks.
HayfieldBay is doing one of the few things we still have left in Logic.
Yeah, Pod is definitely one of these last loose squares of logical progression.
Are we expecting a flute, or are we expecting a lamp, or maybe even a mirror leading to said flute and lamp?
I think flute's gonna show up. That's just my guess, though. We'll see. Currently the what is it? The bow side of Pod is not in Logic because those are locked behind the boots that we got on the mountain.
So that axis will not be over there unless there's another bow available somewhere.
We got a key there, so we are not bow locked yet.
Okay, so far, nothing in neither Pod nor Thieves Town.
Okay, this is a important chest here. Are we bow locked still? No.
No.
Okay.
No. Not that Hayfield cares right now. He's still going to do the bow lock side.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, but I'm keeping track of Logic is somewhat underrated, I feel like. Like, I know you want to do checks, but like, knowing what is in and out of Logic can really help you make more informed decisions about your route.
Correct. And there are parts of the Logic that are quote-unquote easy to get to, you know? Parts of it are very convoluted and tough, like the Meyer small key logic and the like a GT basement small key logic. It's something that I never have understood anyway. Maybe I should just learn it, but I'm also lazy.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, not always required to know. It comes up so rarely, I feel like, with GTP logic. One that might be more important, that can come up, I feel like, more often is Kane/hookshot logic in Ice Palace.
Yeah.
We did not see what was in that one chest on the Bowlock side. It wasn't a small key. His key counter did not increment when he picked up that chest.
Yeah, so we have all three small keys now, Pod. There was at least one small key over there.
Yep.
On both sides.
Aha! We have something called a mirror.
Interestingly enough, what does... Oh, right, that opens up my area.
It does.
Of course it does.
So...
yeah, that is something.
It is definitely something. We do need it anyway for Swamp, so...
Yeah. And sure, it opens up stuff on the mountain. It opens up to rock, but that's out of logic still.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think Hayfield just goes to my area immediately?
Possible.
Yeah.
So I think he's counted items there, and well, he also doesn't have the big key, so he couldn't even open the big chest anyway. I think that was just him verifying he doesn't have the big key.
Did Alaszun just set up a water walk? Where is Alaszun going? He's going
Ice Rock
to
Cave?
the door area.
Yeah, he's going to this portal, which makes me think he's doing Ice Rod Cave. Yeah.
He's doing Ice Rock Cave. Okay, so he's gonna pick up his mitts.
Oddly enough, like, this is not, like, the mitts weren't the progression. It's the mirror and Pod.
Yeah. Although the mitts led to a bow.
They did, you're right.
So Alaszun is gonna be... Well, I would have at least been slightly agitated by that by those mitts since he just came from the other boots check. And is now very annoyed, I think. Alright, so HayfieldBay picks up his Thieves Town big key. happy to see it, but he will also be able to do more stuff over here with his mirror from Pod.
Okay, that looks like nothing on Hylia Island. You can get that a lot easier here in Inverted, but it was nothing, so we don't care.
We saw any flipper checks from HayfieldBay, correct?
No, don't think so. We definitely saw Catfish that had the ether, but
right.
Do not think he went to Zora.
He didn't know. He didn't. He went up there in the dark world and then just said nope.
Okay, yeah, that was in fact just a red rupee there on Desert Ledge. You were correct. We're entering Desert here. We do not have the big key. We may not be able to do a whole lot, depending on where that small key ends up. Oh!
Well, we have 2 out of logic bows. Neither of them seem to be needed, which is hilarious.
Yeah. That bow is interesting though. If there's something here on Zor Ledge, because that allows Alaszun to get it without flippers.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes for it. If he doesn't go for it, then it's probably nothing. I didn't catch it. We have some issues with dropped frames here.
Alright, it's nothing.
So Hayfield kinda has to just mirror out of here and go to Meyer right now. There's not much left for him.
There isn't, yeah.
Except out of logic stuff on the mountain.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like Pod actually might have been his logical last location for the seed. Oh, he doesn't have Quake for Meyer. Okay, I guess we're going to Meyer.
Oh, wow. Okay, game.
Wow, dude. All right, 2 and 3 chance, and we still can't get in. So rude.
Don't worry, Quake is gonna be here.
Well, there's a Desert Big Key. Oh wow.
And the fluid. Okay. All right, we are in logic now. Yep. Except for Alice's bow, we're in logic now.
Yep. So that, yep. It took us 51 minutes, but we are back in logic.
Hayfield is kicking himself for that Desert Big Key, I'm sure of it.
Yes.
Should have done that first.
Yeah, it's one of those things you may not think about as easily in Inverted, because you have to go through Desert the long way, no matter what, in Inverted.
With Big Key Shuffle, you want the Big Key first. Of course.
Oh man. Hot Big Key, it's a pendant Big Key. It's nice logic for, double dip Pod deal.
Okay. Ped is in logic, but Ped is nothing. We've already seen. Well, we saw Alaszun read Ped earlier.
Yeah.
Hayfield, though, having that bow and having it not pay out in Eastern, that's a kind of Samari out moth.
On a pendant off. Wow.
Pendant moth. Oh man.
At this point, we're missing Turlock Big and the flippers. I think that's it.
That's it. Yes.
That's pretty important, though. That cane, that might trip up Hayfield. So that is something that Alaszun currently has an advantage.
Yep,
with that
for sure.
Oh yeah, we also need Quake for Meyer. I just realized.
Oh right, that.
We'll see if that comes into play.
Okay, so Alaszun is doing another water walk here.
Are we going to Pod now, I guess? mean, probably just easily.
There's no way this is faster than just quitting to Link's house.
Right. Okay, we're going to this portal. Are we going to ice?
We're going to ice. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't. You could probably set up a splash delete as opposed to doing this. Although sometimes I feel like splash delete can be a little bit finicky, so maybe he just felt it was better use of his time just to water walk. Yeah. I don't know.
Do it in a way that he knows works. All right, so it has felt like for a while that HayfieldBay has had a slight lead through the whole seed, and Alaszun has sort of retraced HayfieldBay's footsteps slightly. But with that Mario mob for Alaszun, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It's right here, Hayfield is doing fluid activation into Thieves Town, most likely.
Right.
And then after that, we'll see if he chooses to do Skull Woods after this.
I wasn't realizing what he was doing in the Lightfall, but activating the flute makes a lot of sense. Okay, there's a gold sword.
Another out-of-logic sword.
Every sword has been out of logic so far.
Well,
the first two are now in logic with that flute, but when we found them, all of them were out of logic.
Yes, yeah, that's the point that was humorous. No, not the funny bone.
Okay, so I think Alaszun only has found one item in ice.
Yeah, that sword I think is the only thing thus far. Unless something is in that first chest we didn't see.
He has 2 keys and he's used 1.
Oh, there's Quake.
Well, we need that.
Thankfully we had Ice Big, like, somewhat early, so we don't miss that.
Yeah, that was very early. Both upper runners has that. It's just a matter of when. Like, Alaszun doesn't realize right now how important that is, because he hasn't been to the mirror area yet. He can't get there yet. He doesn't have a mirror.
So that's actually interesting too, because from Alaszun's perspective, all he needs is the mirror flippers and I believe Turtle Rock Big. Well, he also needs Desert Big, but that's like right next to Desert, so he's not going to miss that. And if he gets Turtle Rock Big soon, that honestly might be pretty huge, because then he can avoid Mire, since he knows he can't have flippers.
Right, he will be able to go mode Mire, and he will know that. Although, odds are that HayfieldBay gets flippers, then Quake, and like the same goes for him. Maybe. We don't know, but maybe.
Yeah, it's speculation. I know, but it's just one of those things that could come into play. There's a realistic chance of it coming into play.
But still, the stuff that Alaszun has, like lots of it, are out of logic, and he knows that. So he still needs to go to Pod to get his mirror. The question is, does he use it to go to Turtle Rock, or does he use it to go to where HayfieldBay has already been? Because that's what's in logic for him.
Okay, well, we're not going to Pod, that's for sure. Check it.
We are flash leading to Eastern.
We're going back to Eastern? Oh, man.
Oh, no, we're checking Green Pendant.
Okay.
And then maybe doing Eastern Boss just because you're here?
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
He knows, I think...
I get wanting to do green pendant. I really do. But it's what comes after it that is hard. Okay, so he skipped the boss. That's good for him.
All right, just look where Hayfield's going. This is big for him.
For sure.
So it looks to me like he's going to not miss out on that Samaria. Because I cannot see a world where he leaves behind the back of Skullwoods here.
Yeah. And this makes a ton of sense for Hayfield. He checks Ped because he has access to it all. Logically, even. No,
yeah.
not logically. It needs a lamp for Pod, but almost. He can do it. So, checking Ped and then still do Moth. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. I'm struggling to remember if he's even touched Skullwoods at all.
Well, he touched it early on. Like
I'm sure he did.
Within the first 2 minutes.
The pod that we didn't see or something.
Yep.
All right. I want to say Hayfield did all these Smith checks already, and so I think a lot of this was junk.
Yep.
Oh, nice magic drop.
Oh, that's a beautiful magic drop. The time saved in the crystal cutscene, well, pendant cutscene, is going to be immense.
Dude, life-changing, man. So good.
Oh.
Oh, but he has beams though. Oh, okay. Look, smart. I love to see it.
Good, HayfieldBay. Good man.
We'll pretend that moth fight was just immaculate, because ignore the fact that 5 spikes have moved. We saw none of it. We can only assume it was great, right?
10 out of 10. Okay, so we're talking flippers and Turok Key.
Yeah, that's all Hayfield needs. Well,
honestly, yeah, he needs Quake as well. I'm gonna guess that both flippers and Turok Key are in Turok.
That is not an unsafe assumption. Okay. I guess Hayfield didn't do this earlier because he's still checking Skullwoods items.
My man, HayfieldBay, let's go. The worst checking inverted, heck yeah, Skullwoods Big Key chest. It never has progression until it has, but I don't care. I'm not doing it early, and neither is HayfieldBay apparently, so shout out to HayfieldBay. That's awesome.
Oh. I don't know if I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, like seriously, I never do that early in inverted, so I understand why Hayfield skipped it. I would have done it as well, probably.
Oh jeez, you guys are too much.
Yeah. Okay, so we get a lot of Turd Rock now from HayfieldBay.
We do in fact get lots of Turd Rock, and we are probably starting with Laser Bridge. Yes, we are.
Yeah. So, are you making the same decision as HayfieldBay here, as starting in Laser Bridge?
With no big key, yes, I think so.
Okay. Because I might actually start at the top.
Oh, that's an interesting big key. Is there anything left in Hera? We got the sword. We got, obviously, the boss item. But there's only one other possible item left.
I'll have to check Hayfield's stream here. Hayfield has nothing left in Hera. And also, Hayfield found the Turd Rock Big Key on Laser Bridge.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, looks like you're wrong, Humbug. Get wrecked.
Damn it.
You sound so beat up by that.
I don't like to be wrong, okay?
Okay, yeah, right. Wrong.
But yeah, it was the absolute right call from Hayfield here, doing Elizabeth first, getting the big key, and there aren't that many spots left for the flippers.
There
They
are.
could be mired. Alright, Alaszun is doing what he needs to do. He goes to pause.
Yep, he will get his mirror. He does not have... Yeah, that's right, you couldn't get the big key, that's right, it was behind the mirror.
It's behind the mirror, yeah.
So, he will do that, he'll leave, and then he'll go to Meyer, because I believe... oh, he's left in Logic. He might go to Turtle Rock, I don't know if he wants to keep pushing the out of Logic to see if he can get around some stuff, but...
Sounds... like a maybe?
I don't know.
We'll see here. HayfieldBay turns back in. That makes sense.
The slight chance he may not be able to do the checks from this side. It's not a huge deal though, because he can just hop in the portal if he wants to continue checking stuff.
He has no small piece. I don't think Hayfield went to Crystal Roll, did he?
No, he didn't. Why wouldn't he just go ahead and kill Trinex while he's there?
Right, because you got the big key, so it's faster to go to Crystal Roller for the big chest. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So nothing in the first check. See over here on the right side.
He did get a small key, so he could opt to do a chain chomp from here if he really wanted to.
And another one. Okay.
He honestly could just opt to do the middle without, hopping in the portal. He could just go out the egg. Oh no, he's gonna. Okay.
He's gonna do the portal. All right.
I honestly would not be able to tell you what is truly faster here. This makes sense doing it this way, but I just heck if I know how it times out.
Yeah, I have no clue either. You get to the checks slightly faster this way, to the first checks anyway, but I feel like it takes you longer to get to the last check this way.
Yeah, considering the order. What's up?
No.
Oh, that's where the Turtle Rock big key was. Never mind.
Oh, he had the Turtle Rock big key.
Okay.
Oh, all right. He had it. Okay, that changes things for Alaszun.
Yeah,
because Alaszun actually has the stuff to do Turtle Rock now that he gets his mirror in the back here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so forget what we were saying earlier about not having big key for Turtle Rock. I think either way you spin it, with starting a big chest or laser bridge is fine if you have all the pieces.
Easily. That changes a lot. Having the big key coming up here to begin with. And Hayfield, good on not killing the Pokey. He has keys to it. Oh my god. So that's a spot for the lamp to turn up.
It hurts a little bit.
Yeah, oh my god, that's so nasty. Why is that there?
Structural Mike, are you planting, meme locations for these? What are you doing, man?
Oh no. Not the powder in inverted.
Yeah. That's not a feel-good find either, but we keep going. All right, where is Hayfield off to now? What is he?
Is this fight kick check?
I guess maybe he's looking for his flippers still. He doesn't want to do ice without them.
Yeah. It makes a ton of sense because he only needs the flippers and one more thing.
Yeah. One thing that could happen though, if we're not, you don't need to go in. It's not.
Oh no. Oh, I can feel that so much.
All right, but yeah, as you were saying, Alaszun is in fact going up to Turtle Rock to go finish that off. It makes complete sense here with what he has and what he knows.
Absolutely. And unbeknownst to him, there is nothing up here for him.
Yeah, there's a lamp and a powder, which
For
technically
sure.
isn't nothing, but it doesn't feel good.
No. Until you pull the flippers off Magic Bat, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Back to what I was saying though. If it ends up that Hayfield finds the flippers here in a bit, he might end up doing Swamp for nothing, because we know Swamp doesn't have anything at this point.
Right. Do you think he goes Swamp first? I think he goes Ice first. He has some more. Yeah, I think he should go Ice first. I was surprised if he does Swamp first.
I think you're right. I think it's a little easier to do Ice first and then go to Swamp later, just because you want to delay the decision of like left side kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a consideration I was bringing up. Oh, meanwhile, he's gonna get his completely useless Harabig key, at least from what we assume.
Yeah. Did Hayfield jumped off the ledge with the purple chest and dashed away, and the chest still followed him.
Okay, yeah. So you must not know.
No, I don't.
Yeah, if you input a dash immediately upon landing from jumping off the ledge.
So it's just perfect.
Yeah, it's not super tight, but yeah, you can input a dash upon landing, and you can dash with the purple chests.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now I do. Imagine the frames I've lost by walking from Flute 6 over to
yeah. Good point. Yeah, that's a super neat little way to turn in the purple chest and inverted. Then you can make use of that tech. Feels good.
Granted, I've probably done that 5 times in my entire random career, but
yeah.
Magic Bat.
I honestly want to say this might be one of our last checks. I think we have like Helmasaur, and that might be it outside of this. Man.
Helmasaur. In Logic now with that lamp.
Indeed, it do be like that.
Okay, so Alaszun is... Oh, no, that's okay. Alaszun is routing TR very differently from HayfieldBay. Also trying some fancy tech right there, which I heard is faster. But it accidentally falls into the hole and has to do the room from the start.
Yeah, that to me looks like just like a frame saver, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because falling there definitely isn't faster. That loses like 3 seconds or 4. If you can somehow manage to save the frames of moving off of the cane block and replacing it, good on you, I guess. But it uses a bit more magic too. All right. Well, Hayfield. Oh yeah. From Hayfield's perspective, he still does have Zora as a possibility for the flippers.
Yeah.
Lucky for him, he'll get him some silvers, so he won't say no to those.
No, silvers are nice. We still haven't killed Vinny. It'll make the boss easier, at least. Slightly faster.
But Humbug,
yes.
We can do it with NMG strats. And
I know, but
the
second phase is still faster with silvers.
You're right.
I know.
I was hoping that you were only talking about phase 2 and not phase 1.
But yeah, and you can actually enter the arena on like 2 hearts with if you have silvers and still be fine and do it quickly.
Yeah, not denying that. Just wanted to poke fun at your reasoning.
Yeah. That is okay. I have gotten used to that. Just kidding.
Okay, I think this is the Helmasaur play. And/or Green Pendant turn in. Yeah, Green Pendant turn in and then Helmasaur.
Then Helmasaur. This has to be the last thing HayfieldBay has in Logic. Like he was just outside of Ice Palace. He does not want to go in there without the
Yeah.
Because he wants to find Quake first, so he can go mode it, which
Yeah.
makes sense. He won't, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's very like we've been saying. Yeah, Hayfield. Yeah, don't go into Eastern, my dude.
Yeah.
From his perspective, this all makes sense. Interestingly enough, he's not doing the green pennant turn in first. I guess I understand this. It's a bit odd because it's faster just to turn green pennant in first. He might still, and he might have just been resigned to just do both anyway, and he'll just do it after pod.
Yeah, I mean, he's still looking for two things.
Yeah,
It makes sense in a way. Where's Alaszun heading? He has to be heading to Desert Mire. Yeah.
Yeah, this has to be Mire. That feels a little bad for Hayfield's and not having magic to place a cane block.
Yeah. Oh man. That hurts.
Where did he lose all his magic?
Outside of ice, he tried to when he was splash deleting, it didn't work the first time, so he used the Samaria block, but accidentally used his Cane of Burna and drained almost all of his magic, but still having the teeniest bit left for the last Samaria block he needed to get the splash delete. And Alaszun does Mire Shed before Desert, so there won't be a double dip of Desert for Alaszun.
Yeah, this works out. He will not be making the same mistake Hayfield made.
Yep. And I think that we will never see that fleet activated by Alaszun.
I think you're right, yeah. There's like no reason for him to ever use it at this stage because he's only missing the flippers.
Yeah.
And he knows.
There's magic back for him too.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about magic bat. So he knows not to do Mire here because he knows that's blocked by the flippers. So he's only going to do Desert and then.
If I was Alaszun, I would still do it. I would just go.
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, good. Yes, do Mire, but go mode it. Yes.
Yeah. There they are. Okay. Flippers on Helma. This seat sucks.
Yeah, just a little bit. So it turns out we did end up needing a bow after all.
Yep, we did.
And funny thing is, the first bow was the King's Tomb one because the other one's locked by the flippers.
Right? Oh, jeez. That's so stupid. Alright, Hayfield goes straight into ice. That is gonna net him his go mode, and he will be off.
Yes. So let's take a look and see what we have left between each of the runners. So Hayfield will be doing this. He'll get his Quake from the big chest.
Yep.
He'll check the stuff on the way there, obviously. He'll get to skip Ice Tea. He currently has 4 crystals. Alaszun also has currently 4 crystals.
Yeah. But Alaszun needs to go back to Helma and not do Armos first.
Yes. Oh, good point. Yeah, that's... Oh, man. That's a tough decision right there, actually.
That's a tough decision. If I was Alaszun, I would probably do Armos first.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know. Which is faster, actually?
It takes 2 minutes to get to Helmasaur, at least.
Okay, Relkin, enlighten me in how do you know that's so exact?
Maybe I've died there in NMG and had to run back.
Yes, I knew it. Exactly. That's how much time you lose by a helmet at an NMG. That's how long time it takes to go back there.
Yeah, honestly, I think it actually is 2 minutes to go back there and beat Helma because we haven't seen the statue moving cutscene. So a death takes around the same time to wait out the death animation.
Oh,
like a Link death. So actually, it is around 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. You don't do the statue animation on the way back after you die. That's a good point. Nice stair clip by HayfieldBay. And he will soon get his go mode Quake here. Oh no.
Okay, well...
Did he hit the switch? I guess he must have.
Maybe he did. Yeah. Okay, well, this will lose him a little bit of time. I think he's still in the lead pretty firmly.
Yeah, he has a lot of time to spare, I think. Maybe he just really wanted that bug net. I want a bug net.
Alright, so going back to our assessment of the situation, depending on what Alaszun does, this is either decently close, like maybe a minute or more, or it's like, depending, if he goes to armless first, then it's like 4 minutes. Maybe a little less than 4 minutes. Uh-oh. Please don't mess this up. Okay.
Oh.
That would have been bad if he messed it up.
Oh. That scared me to half to death.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you're right. He hit the switch.
Hit the switch, and then that makes sense doing iced tea before that. I'm willing to bet money on the fact that HayfieldBay is very relieved not to have to look for Go Mode Quake in Swamp.
Yeah. I think you're right. No one wants to be looking for their Go Mode in Swamp and possibly have to consider the prospect of left side.
Yep. And like we said, Alaszun has gone into Mire, but is Go Moding it. He is checking literally nothing.
Yep. Which is correct. Obviously, if you're paying attention to logic, like we've been saying, you know, just do it while you're here because you're in the area and, you know, you need flippers. They can't be here. Okay, so that's Crystal 5 for Hayfield. This is upcoming Crystal 7 for Alaszun.
The start of the Crystal cutscene music from HayfieldBay's MSU sounds like the start of the Crystal cutscenes from every Final Fantasy MSU. You know, it's the exact same 2 notes. The first 2 notes are the exact same, at least in my head they are. It confuses me every time because I'm expecting Final Fantasy, but I never get it.
Oh man, this is not good for Alaszun. I think he's heading to Magic Bat / Flute Activation.
Yep. It's unfortunate.
I guess I can understand doing this. It's just like
you do
people
this
maybe
over 2 pendant bosses.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You really don't want to do pendant bosses exactly. At the same time, this itself is actually a lot of time spent just to do 1 check and possibly activate flute. Like this is around a minute and a half for this, like these 2 things alone. Because this cutscene takes like what, 20 seconds, maybe more, and then getting over here, plus running over to Magic Bat, waiting that cutscene out. Like I said, I don't think this is a necessarily bad play. It's probably just one of those things. Like, if it's here, I save a lot of time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I think that Alaszun, he's reasoning with himself that if it's not here, there's a very good chance that my opponent also did this before pendant bosses.
Yeah, which he's right.
Yep, that's correct.
The overall routing has not worked out. Like getting that mirror very late in pod did not help.
No, getting mids late didn't help.
Yep,
they were time beneficial for HayfieldBay. They weren't required, but they were nice overall in routing.
So Alaszun now knows that his progression lies in one of the 2 pendant bosses he has left, and is now, you know, more scornfully making his way over there.
And so I can't see Alaszun doing Helma before Armos because he is in the light world going here. It makes sense to be in the light world because going to pod is faster through the light world anyway if you have the mirror in inverted. But since you are in the light world, you don't want to do any extra mirror transitions. So he's gonna do Armos first. I think.
Yeah. Yep.
That's unfortunate.
It's one of those another one of those 50-50 decisions, and that's just what a lot of you hate to hear this said so much, but it's just what Rando really does. It's just it does not care.
No, it does not. And HayfieldBay is plowing through Swamp Palace. That was a very fast Argus kill. Nice quick kill on the second phase. And
all he has,
right.
All we got left is Misery Mire.
I thought for a second that he was going to use his portal and go here through the light bulb, but right, he has a flute.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's better to flute here so you can set up. Well, actually, I don't think he did it, but you can set up Spooky if you just do your normal movement like you were doing this and not inverted.
Right. Just don't lift the rock.
Yeah, just wait a second, wait for the bird to fly off screen, and then make your move towards the dungeon.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, quick swap!
Oh no, Alaszun, did he quick swap out of Eastern?
Yes. Oh, and he's going back to. Oh man, this dash just a double feels bad.
Oh man. Yeah, that's really rough. Ugh.
You cannot come out of that feeling so terrible about that. He's probably anyone would be thinking, I am just incredibly behind and I have just dug myself into a deeper hole with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sucks. I'm gonna say, luckily, that will not affect the outcome of the race. HayfieldBay has a large enough advantage here that accidental mirror will not be the deciding factor.
Right.
It's still annoying and it's still a lot of emotional damage to Alaszun,
It is.
but it's not going to be the deciding factor. Fortunately, actually.
Back to the room where it happened. We are vanquishing our quick swap demons and getting through these rooms.
Yep. All of Alaszun's brain power, which is a lot, is now focused on don't press L, don't press L, don't press L. We have 2 simultaneous boss kills, one of which are required.
All right, so we got a little bit of a mini game. We can do it both. We can do it 2 ways here. Humbug, would you like to tell us what we're about to do here in just a little bit?
Yeah. So HayfieldBay is going to make its way to Ganon's Tower. We have, even though it's Big Key Shuffle, we have our GT Big Key in GT. We know that. We just don't know where. So, any guesses between 1 and 22 in chat as to in which chest that HayfieldBay will find the Big Key? There is no prize, but only glory to the winner.
Yeah. One other thing is you could do is tell us what exact chest you think the big key will be in.
That is another way. It's not even close as swaggy if you win by that, but sure. So there used to be a sort of a glitch you could do in Inverted to avoid that crystal cutscene.
I do remember those days.
Yeah, if you item dash into that door, I usually use the bow when I did it. You just skipped that crystal cutscene completely. However, that was deemed not a legal glitch because it's just a quirk of us modding the game to our liking, and we want the glitches we use to be possible to use in the vanilla game.
Right.
So hence HayfieldBay not doing that right now, but it was allowed for a while after Inverted came out.
Right. I don't think you had to item dash it. I think you could have just dashed it and just made sure you weren't on the grid.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
Huh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, this is a play.
HayfieldBay feels behind. Oh, I was talking about Alaszun's emotional damage. I never considered Hayfield's. Jesus, he must feel super behind. Poor man.
I never see myself doing this. Like, even if I feel incredibly behind,
yeah,
honestly, this is another level.
Yeah. I applaud it. I applaud the bravery of it. Oh, no. I have never seen it work out. By the way.
Yeah, me neither. At least when I've played. There was one time a while ago, that I was like helping someone learn how to play rando, and I just told them, you can go and just do this now so I can explain this trick to you about holding the wall with cape. And the big T just happened to be in that chest.
And you're like, that's not what I was trying to help you do, but sure. Alright. HayfieldBay gets his big key on right side and is heading up the town.
Alright, I think he did a DM route, didn't he? With Tile Room?
Yes, he did a DM route with Tile Room because he fell behind.
Yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So was that like 9 or 10? Which one was it?
It was the first one in Compass Room.
Okay, so it's 9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, number 9. That means it's a shared victory between Telmiran and our tracker picks.
GG's.
GG's. You win, but you win literally nothing.
Doesn't that make you feel so great to win nothing? I don't know.
I know. It's an imaginary game.
Okay, Hayfield, you want to be a little bit mindful of your arrow usage. You only have 4.
Yeah.
You want to have at least 4 for the Ganon fight. Your magic is a little bit low too.
He'll get refills. I think.
Oh my goodness.
That is just perfect. I think
Dude,
he has.
how does he do it?
He bought blue potions earlier, so he is fine on magic at least.
Man, blue potion or not, how does he get some the good drop luck?
We'll have to ask him. Alright. We get the fast landmark kill. Let's see if he remembers to pick up arrows here.
He does not. He can get some more right before Moldorm 2.
I was gonna say, if he were to get arrow drops from the Wizards here, I'd call shenanigans.
Yeah, I was thinking it too, but I'd already made fun of it once. Brought attention to it.
Yeah.
Alaszun just now cleaning up Argus. Oh, missing those fire rod shots. But that is Crystal 7 for him. He'll be heading straight to GT from here. He can just do that. by hopping into his portal and dashing him up.
Right, because Alaszun did swamp as his last crystal, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, in
By
fact,
the way, look at our trackers. We have found everything but the blue boomerang.
oh well, we better go and find it then, huh?
Yep. I'm mad.
Hayfield is checking chests.
He's checking for arrows. He's looking for arrows.
Okay, I think that's the stun prize. Just then, because maybe
he's done Elma, yeah.
there are arrows in that pot right there, but he only needs 6 is a good number. You don't need more than 6. Like you can miss 2 and still be fine.
Oh, blue boomerang was a lumberjack? Sick. I'm gonna call that as we found it. And we have therefore found everything in the game.
Yeah, let me see here. Did we see Skullwood's big key?
No! Head.
Now we gotta go look for that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's that shield on the torch. Yeah, so and
It also
Hayfield
counts
has
as pound.
Yeah, Hayfield has all 4 bottles. Excuse me.
Yeah. Red mail, silvers,
Gold sword.
old sword. Yeah. HayfieldBay is fine. Nice trickle on the last phase there. And Alaszun seems to be taking the same route through GT as Hayfield.
Getting a triple on Agatu is pretty pagog, wouldn't you say, Humbug?
It is. It is very rare when I play anyway. But yeah, it's a pretty pagog.
Good. I'm glad you feel it's very pagog.
Okay. Dropping into again. What facts are we gonna get today?
We'll even see the fact. No.
I feel uneducated. You know what? There's one thing that we haven't found. Apart from Skull speaking.
What is that?
Half magic.
Decorations, no. Ah, man, my day has been ruined since we don't have half magic. This fight's trivial with gold sword silvers.
It's especially two runners as seasoned as these two.
Yep. No one's ever fallen on Ganon with gold sword and silvers. And...
That's a preposterous idea to do.
Oh no! Man, missing an arrow shot and just having it sail forever is a bad feeling.
Yep, and that was the last arrow that Hayfield had.
Oh my goodness, it was.
Yeah. So get your GGs in chat for HayfieldBay. Getting his first victory in his first match of the tourney.
Yeah, get your G's in chat for Hayfield.
How did you like lowercase text? Written in only lowercase. I wanted that to be written in uppercase only.
What about wingdings? Would that have been good?
I can't tell uppercase wingdings from lowercase wingdings, so no. That would not have been good.
Looks like Alaszun's going to go ahead and play this out, and we'll see if we can get Hayfield in here for an interview.
And gold sword on Lamo 2 is a blessing, because you can just You don't have to overextend yourself.
Yeah.
Just slash them.
Slash to win.
That's a stellar username, I think. Slash to win with a 2.
Oh no, the bridge. Darn, those guards. Like, even if you try and prevent them from hitting you as best you can, you'll still just get wrecked.
You'll get frame rolled every once in a while, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. But we are joined with we are joined by our victor in the race, HayfieldBay. How are you doing, good sir? GG's.
GG's. Yeah, that was definitely a scene.
That's
yeah, I was like trying to figure out. There was no need to touch the water checks out of logic because if Swamp had been a pendant, that would have been kind of fun. So you kind of need the flippers, and yeah, they were on Helmasaur, and I decided that has to be probably a last location, and it was.
Okay, so you knew like ahead of time that you were gonna, if the flippers were there, you were gonna last locate them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. It makes a ton of sense. What did strike me as peculiar was, yeah, you last located that, but as you did that, we saw Alaszun last locate the mirror before last locating the flippers. And while you were in GT, well, you were heading to GT, Alaszun accidentally mirrored out of Eastern, and we were talking about the emotional damage that would do. But then you just went ahead and did Tile Room in GT. And we were both like, oh, HayfieldBay feels behind.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling a bit behind because I don't regret about last locating flippers, but there were some errors there towards the end. My brain didn't work like I did like the purple chest, and then I did powder. I should have combined them, and Ice Palace. I did hit the switch because if I find Quake here now, I don't have to like search for the big key in Ice Tea Room. And then after, oh, wait a second, I have the big kids in Rosia, not Ambrosia. And I said that, okay, it's fine, unless the Quake is in the big chest. And there it was, and I was, oh no, I'm probably behind now. I'm probably behind.
Okay.
I can't bleed time now against Alaszun. But when I heard what happened, it's really unfortunate. It's more punishing last locating mirror, of course.
Yeah, because even if you do that, you're still probably gonna last locate your flippers.
Yep.
It's just gonna get so much worse. Like the decision to go to pod has to happen as soon as possible.
And like you've been saying, like, do you really do that? You probably never do that in like if you replayed this, see, as if you've never played it before, like, you probably still make the same decision to never go back to pod until last location.
Yeah.
Definitely. I didn't want to go back there. So yeah, but one thing, I was kind of glad I got the boots at the mountain. Well, but then getting like mirror in pod, I was thinking, what would it be best to have mirror before mountain so I could route it more efficiently. But all in all, I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it sure did. And Alaszun also finishes here on Restream. He did finish with a race time of 1:42.15. Exactly 5.5 minutes behind HayfieldBay. And we should have Alaszun joining us here right now.
Hey, GG's.
What's up, Alaszun?
GG's.
GG's, man.
Well, I identified my win conditions right. just didn't matter.
Yeah, your decision at the very end were not great. Like, you had magic bet / food activation if you really wanted, then you had 2 pendant bosses, and that was definitely not one of those things you wanted to be put in position you'd be put in.
Yeah, and I think the decision to mirror before Armos probably wasn't the correct one, but in my defense, my finger slipped.
Yeah, it's that is debatable whether that was good or not.
I actually thought about just leaving and going for pod instead of being like, all right, we're just gonna pretend I killed Armos.
I thought you might have done that, honestly.
I thought about it, it wouldn't have mattered either way.
No,
so I'm glad it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but I felt really, really silly at the time. Basically, it felt to me like my out was that Hayfield didn't kill Moth relatively quickly and just didn't have the cane. Because I think if that's the case, I probably would have won. But
you did get the cane before HayfieldBay did, but Hayfield combined Thieves Town Fluid Activation and Moth together, so he got it.
That is what happens when you get the most important item in inverted 25 minutes before you're voting.
That's really unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
I felt pretty sunk when I saw that mirror, and kind of at that point it was like, well, I think my out here, especially when I got to Meyer and saw that it was Quake, it felt like my out was just, you know what? They find the flippers somewhere on the way, and they're like, I have 1 item from Go Mode. I'm not going to do Pendant Skullwoods.
Yeah.
And I think that was my out, because then at that point, then you clear out Swamp, you clear out all of Ice, you probably do some of the other, like, you don't get to Go Mode Meyer. So like logically I felt kind of cool about that aspect, but I also knew that if that didn't happen, I was in pretty dire straits because last locationing the mirror is very no bueno.
Not fun at all.
I am glad that the item that I just ignored in Meyer was the flute. I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Like, maybe this is the flippers and this will be bad for me, but I'm just going to go for Turtle Rock anyway and see if I can stumble into what I need. Since I knew there was an off chance, I don't know if Hayfield had the bottle and went to pod. I'm sure they had the bottle and they went to pod. But if they didn't and somehow could have missed the Turtle Rock, I was basically drawing dead and trying to find angles where I might not be drawing dead at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we actually, it was interesting because at the time, we actually missed what Hayfield grabbed on right side pod. We did not know that was the Turtle Rock Big Key there until you found it on Restream. So we had no idea going up the mountain on Hayfield's side if he, like, oh man, is he going to find a Turtle Rock Big Key here or not? It was kind of one of those weird things. But yeah, that Turtle Rock Big definitely was one of those things we were thinking that would really help you based on what you had found. So...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel cool enough about turning the Mothula into Water Walk into Ice Palace play, which felt like a really nice play to me. Which, to be fair, I was already kind of considering, hey, I'm going to Skull Woods. Maybe I'm going to actually follow this up by Water Walking to Ice.
Yeah.
And then the cane showed up on Mothula, and I'm like, all right, well, I probably wasn't going to do it before, but that's enough of a decider.
Yeah, the time I got the cane, I could full clear TR. So definitely went straight there. And
I mean, that makes sense.
So, and I think at the time I was at the mountain there, I was in Flippers and Quake Go Mode. Started to clear out things there, but there's actually one thing. I think I forgot to deliver the green pendant.
You did.
You missed a lovely heart piece.
Oh my god! I just realized why I'm talking now. I thought I lost located Helmut, but I imagine Helmut not having flippers, and I was, what do I have left? It's so crazy.
Yeah, brain skipped.
I was really proud of how that all routed, because I went Skullwoods, got the cane, Water Walked to Ice Palace, used the mitts to go into the portal, then splash deleted and ran up to Saha to turn in green pendant.
Yeah.
And I was really, really happy with that route. That felt, if not good, it at least felt very clever. I think it was good, but it also felt clever.
It's the thing with those kinds of checks in inverted is that none of them ever feels good.
Yeah.
Because relative to other modes, they're horrible, but relative to inverted, they're good.
Yeah, I mean, in Inversia is my favorite mode of the tournament modes, and I don't particularly care for any of the tournament modes.
Okay.
But I wasn't particularly thrilled to get Inversion against someone else who I also knew was a very experienced player in Inverted.
It's also my favorite mode in this tournament.
But at the same time, it was kind of one of those things where I'm like, you know what, like, it's gonna be what it is, and like those putting those sorts of routes together are kind of a thing that you can do in Inverted when you've played enough and you grind enough, and you just have that rep down. And I at least am glad that I got to at least showcase some of that stuff, even if I didn't showcase things like playing well or going to the correct checks. But that's all right.
That's a really solid takeaway, and I applaud you for it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I know Hayfield and I are really, really evenly matched. I've raced Hayfield enough to kind of have a pretty good sense on how the matchup's going to go. If I would have felt pretty decent if the flippers were just on the way somewhere. Them being buried in an almost certainly last location for Hayfield 2 told me I was pretty much sunk. Because I basically just needed to be able to massively undercheck Hayfield with last locationing that mirror and the efficiency advantages that you get. All right, let's see. I have my stat. Yeah, okay. So I was 25 minutes late to the mirror, which is about what I thought when I quickly checked the race room. But
Alrighty then.
they should just start you with a mirror in this mode, honestly. Inverted and cross keys are both unplayable without mirror. I hate both of them so much when you don't have it.
Starting mirror might give even more agassids.
That's a good point. But
agassids and inverted are great.
Yeah, okay. I don't. I can't. What can I say? I really don't mind because I'm used to. Yeah, in Roche, it is a lot of Agassi too.
Yeah, that portal is great north by Castle, and also the save and quit to GT at the end. I sat there just feeling myself aging as I was running to the castle from Swamp Palace, being like, why couldn't I have killed Aga here?
You had your choices of killing Aga. You can do that whenever you want.
Yes, I could have killed Aga. You're right. I also could have left the seed for 5 minutes to go eat lunch or something, and they would have been equally useful to my chances of winning.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Anyways, GG's to the both of you. Do any of you have any more matches scheduled for the tournament?
We play again tomorrow at the same time.
You play again tomorrow, same time.
Yes, same time.
I think Hayfield and I have the worst time zone differential in the group, so we sort of made sure to schedule right away on weekends when we could both
get it
play.
over with. Yeah,
because it turns out California to Scandinavia is a pretty good gap.
Oh, you don't say.
Definitely.
I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. You probably didn't know this, but California's 9 hours behind.
It is in fact that far behind.
Yeah. All right, so same time tomorrow then, and I suppose you both hope for Ambrosia by then as well, sort of, kind of.
I think it's impossible, actually.
Oh,
unless Hayfield, do you play again tonight?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, it's impossible then because it's going to get double counted in the cards, so all of our Inversion cards are going to be gone.
Right.
It can't be a back-to-back, but it can be later, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right, but since we're playing each other back-to-back, it's not going to be it for us.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't sure of this, except Sinek was testing something for Challenge Cup, and I saw the deck had 0 cards of one thing after he did a second one. I'm like, wait, that seems like a bug. He's like, no, it double counts the most previous. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, sure.
Yeah. It makes sense.
I just play what the bot tells me to play.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for showing off this kind of awful seed, honestly.
Yeah,
and,
it was pretty gross.
And again, GG's to the both of you, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
GG's Hayfield. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah,
same bet time, same bet place.
So continuing on tonight here on SpeedGaming, there are a lot of races. There are races everywhere, basically. We have. See if I can do some time conversion. No, Relkin, you go ahead and do this. Time conversions suck. Please, do you have the schedule open?
I do have the schedule open. Yes. Okay. Currently, there's only one match that is even airing right now on a SpeedGaming channel. I think. The other ones do not have channels yet. If you want to help out with that, please sign up for commentary or tracking. But yeah, the only other match that is currently airing right now is on SpeedGaming 2 with Tyler Salt versus Gans Gone Wild.
I think SG5 has a match right now too.
Oh, does it? Oh yeah.
Unless it finished. Actually, it probably finished already. It was open hard at the same time.
Yeah. There's that one. It started at the same time, but there's a good chance it's over. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, it looks like it's over. Yeah, but I was checking the schedule and saw viewers still on. But yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that's all the matches for the rest of today that are currently scheduled. Like, there's a couple matches later tonight that could still get volunteers. But then again, we also got, oh my goodness, we have like 20 matches tomorrow, 20 or 30 matches tomorrow. It's ridiculous.
That it takes up almost a complete sheet in the schedule. Tomorrow
I couldn't see our next match on the schedule until like just now because of how many matches there are built up. And that's tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Good chance a lot of these will get restreams, but not all of them. So yeah, just be looking out for those.
Yep. So yeah, thanks Relkin for joining me on comms here. And,
absolutely, man. This is a fun time. I'm glad we got to do this together.
For sure. And thanks Pix for tracking, and thanks SpeedGaming for hosting. And I believe that's all for us. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching, and bye.
Have a good one. See ya.
See ya.